Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel for another iRacing video, and for me it's a new series today as we drive the Dallara prototypes at Laguna Seca. So let's jump straight into the car, see how we get on.
One lap to green, line up on the left side. Pit road is closed right now.
Alright, we're at Watkins Glen, the LMP2 prototype challenge, so new series for me. It's third attempt, first two we've been unceremoniously bumped off the track and then come home, low down the field. Although, admittedly, still having some trouble keeping it on the track all by ourselves, so we're qualified first, which is terrifying. So we'll see how we get on. See if we can keep it on the grey. These cars are pretty hard to crash as long as you keep them on the track. Once they're out in the gravel, then they're just as sketchy as any other car, but keep them on the tarmac. They've got a lot of ABS and traction control. Does a good job of keeping everything pointing the way it should do, so let's see how we get on. Alright, coming round to the green flag.
Get ready.
All the race I've been doing so far, we've waited to go on green, so we'll probably keep that tradition. The green flag.
Green, green, green.
Here we go then. LMP2 challenge. I think in the intro I said Watkins Glen, it's definitely Laguna Seca.
Car right.
Stamp on the brakes in these things. They don't stop unless you're nearly breaking your knee with the braking force. The aero washing them's horrific as well, so I'm hoping that with that in mind for the guys behind, I'll just be able to slowly pull away into the sunset and out of trouble. A certain confidence comes from qualifying on pole. To know at least on a one-lap shootout you were the fastest in the field. Although you don't know if other guys have made mistakes in their qualifying lap. Alright, pulling up to a second gap across the line for the first lap. It's a good start. 20-minute lap race, so quite a long one. Not much chatting coming from me. Obviously concentration levels are pretty high on this new series, only third time racing it, and we're leading from the front. Just trying to build that gap to P2 to a fairly comfortable margin, and I might just back it off a little bit, let him do the chasing. Always harder to be pushing to close the gap than it is once you've got the gap, just to maintain it, keep it on the track. mistake there in the corkscrew. That will always be one of my least favourite tracks, corners, sorry, on any track. Put that there with the hairpin in Long Beach. Someone were to drop a nuke on the corkscrew, I wouldn't be too sad, but the guy behind me's gone deep into the final hairpin there. And although I made that mistake and the gap came down to 1 second, it's now pulled back up to 2 seconds. Great news for me. I always like to think in these races, yeah, I'm going to be susceptible to mistakes. So are the guys I'm racing. So for every mistake I make, I'd like to think they're going to make one too. It's the way of the world. Don't really know what Luca behind what his pace actually is, because I don't think he's got a clean racing lap so far. That last one, obviously, we both made a mistake. In the first couple, I think he was just hampered a little bit. Again, through the corkscrew, we make a mistake. So I need to brake earlier and harder for the corkscrew. I need to remember that that's twice in a row. Just everywhere, it feels like the tyres are just starting to cook a little bit underneath us. I think I just need to tone it back a little notch. I think we're cooking the equipment here. Way to do that is brake earlier, but for longer. Not as much pressure on the brake pedal. Just let the tyres cool down a little bit and the grip comes back. Basically just don't drive as aggressive, stop throwing it around as much. And already it feels like the grip of the car is coming back to us. Of course, the danger always with backing it off is you don't want to get out of your own rhythm. On the predicted lap tracker there on my dashboard, it's going to be a much better lap. 2 seconds quicker than the one before, 1.5 seconds quicker. Often is the way that actually backing it off a little bit, you end up going faster. It is still trying to kill me at every turn. This car underneath me. It's pretty forgiving once you're well within the limit, but you start pushing those limits and it's soon going to have your head on a chopping block. See that Luca behind's made a mistake, he's dropped back a couple of positions. We've got a Tyler behind us now. Not really bothered about what name it is behind us. We'll keep our strategy the same. Just looking at the various standing boards as I'm driving along here, and looks like Tyler behind is deep in a battle with P3, so But we're slowing each other down throughout the race while ever they stay like that. Again, it's great news for me, just takes more pressure off my shoulders. Do still need to remember to brake and stop for corners though. That does always help. That corner. That corner and the corkscrew can just take a hike, I reckon. Rolling her in nice and gently. Rather lose a tenth or two rolling into the corner than overshoot it and lose half a second or more.
Slow car ahead. Go right.
Time to catch the back marker there. Alright, just conscious that Tyler behind's starting to close the gap. Turn the screw and crank it up a little bit, so time for me to start trying to do the same again. Try and get back in the 14s for a little bit. Of course, all the onus is still going to be on Tyler to try and close the gap. But similarly, I'd rather that gap say a larger number, so see if we can pull away again a little bit. Tyler really turning the screw behind us here. One thing about these cars is it is so hard to follow once you get close to another one. The aero wash, the cars are really sensitive to it. You lose so much front downforce once you get sort of within a second, and then the closer you get to the car in front, the worse the aero wash gets. Kyler just dropped back a little bit that lap. Last couple of laps is set personal best, which says to me that he's absolutely pushing on the limit of his best lap times. And when you're pushing on the limit like that, that's more likely to make the mistakes, which again is good news for me. It's corners like that one that the aeros are really going to affect him. Sort of a fast sweeper where you need the grip on the front of the car. If that aero is taken away, understeer badly. Creeping back into 14s again there for me. Alright, just less than 5 minutes to go then. Well, they're going to be 3 or 4 laps. Alright, and this is the closest by far that Tyler's been. Let's see how he gets on with the aero wash that he's about to start feeling. See what I was saying about that 1 second barrier? Now he's caught me up to a second and can't really get much closer with the aero wash. Start to slow him down. and he's lost it at the corkscrew. Across the gravel for a slowdown penalty. And all that hard work.
I need one more good lap.
Me too, mate, me too. Let's have one. Still a low 15 on that lap for me. Trouble is, Tyler knows he's caught me once. He knows he can do it again. Backed it off to about 85-90% at the minute. Just really trying to keep it clean. Got a habit, I don't know if I said it before in a video, of when I back it off, I forget to press the brake pedal as hard. So with that consciously in my mind, let's keep it going all the way to the checkers. Alright, second to last corner. 1.5 second gap. Braking zone. Down through the gears. Hit the apex. Gonna take that all the way to the bank. Nice, nice chase, Tyler. Good job.
Good job. Awesome job.
Woo! It's a long time since we had a win. Yes. It's been a long time since we got a victory. It was, yeah, it felt like a pretty good one, did that? It was strong field, new car, track that I struggle with at times, and to get a victory out of it's pretty rewarding. Probably take it all a bit more seriously than I should, to be fair, but a win's a win, isn't it? So, happy days. That's going to be everything for this video, so if you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up, really helps the channel out, and consider subscribing if you're new here and you've not done that already. Other than that, take it easy and look after yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one.